So it is Thanksgiving night, about 8:55 Eastern Standard Time, and I am working on getting a new camera. Working on getting the live to fix this. I know it probably doesn't look the best. It's the laptop cam, but what a day! It started off around 11 a.m. this morning. Um, Sister-in-law brought over the turkey, brought over some other stuff, went home. They came back over around 2:30. Um, you know, brought the dog, brought the other stuff. Niece and nephew showed up about 3 o'clock, 3:30, 4. We ate at 4. Actually, probably a little later than 4 o'clock, but it's a struggle, right? I mean, you spend all that time getting ready, spend all that time, cooking and getting everything ready and shopping and everything beforehand. And, it's over in, 45 minutes, maybe an hour, right? But it's worth it. But, um, this is kind of, I guess, for the people that, you know, don't have the family that they used to. They might be struggling a bit out there, and don't blame you. It's been a couple of years. Still, you think back of, uh, all the times when my grandparents were still around and alive and hosting Thanksgiving and spending it with my cousins and my aunts and my uncles. And then when they passed away, my parents took over the tradition. And same thing, the cousins, the aunts, the uncles. And then as the cousins got older, some of them we all got married and spent time at our in-laws. So that kind of broke it up a little bit. Um, Talked to my one aunt, and they were going to her daughters, and the son was coming. The other daughter was going to her parents or her husband's place, and so the holidays are really weird because you can either be with everybody or be with some of them or none of them. Just depends on how it goes. But yeah, I mean, it's good to have family. It's good to be able to be with them. It's good to talk with them. Most of my family is up north. Wife's family is mostly down here. So, it would be to travel north to, see a couple of them if I chose to. But, I like the warmth, and I moved to Florida for the warmth and have no desire to go back up north for the cold. So fortunately, they'll have to make do without me and my wife for any visits in the wintertime. So, but I know some people out there may have recently, in the last couple weeks, couple months, lost a parent, lost a grandparent, lost a brother, lost a sister, lost somebody close that they spent time with on the holidays, and they're not there. And I know it's probably weird, and it's definitely weird, right? But you'll get by. You'll make do. We all do, and it'll be all right. It happens, and when it does, it sucks, but this year will go by, next year will go by, the next year will go by, the next year, and it does get easier. People say, oh, it's not easy. It is. It does. It gets easier. You'll remember them. They'll be there, but you probably won't feel the way you feel today. Next year you'll be a little busier or have a different lifestyle. Just be, surrounded by other people, and you'll remember them, but it won't be as bad as this year. And in the year after, it won't be as bad. And the year after, it won't be as bad. Going on 7 and 5 years, and they're here. They're in the house. I mean, not spiritually or ghostly, but we have their ashes with us, so they're here. You know, they ate dinner with us tonight out on the lanai. And so we have that. You know, but for some of you all who, like I said recently, it sucks. It's hard. But it does get better. You will survive. You will move on. You will live to see another day. So do not think that, all's lost or woe at me. I mean, there's hundreds, if not thousands of people that are going through something crazy. I mean, honestly, I don't watch much of the news, but look at the Hong Kong thing where 6 or 7 towers are burnt. I don't know if they're burnt down to the ground or just, burnt out. But yeah, it's one of my cats in the background there. So, but think of that. Like, if you think you got some situation shit going, think about that. Think about one little fire, what that caused, right? I mean, it's crazy. So you'll get by. It'll happen. So I just really wanted to jump on here for 10, 15 minutes just to, if there's anybody out there who's having a tough time, it's okay. Have that tough time. Don't do anything rash. Don't do anything stupid. But have that rough time. And next year, it won't be so rough. And the year after, it won't be so rough. And the year after that, it'll be even less rough. Because your life is just going to continue the way it is. So I know it's really not the topic of my channel and discussion area like that, with the seniors. That's kind of what, my channel is based on, is helping the adult children and the seniors deal with the real estate aspect, but yet keep the wealth within the family, how to do that, how to leverage the real estate, things like that. And, if you do have aging parents, senior parents that, aren't doing the best right now or are having, health issues right now, take the time and spend it with them, man. That's all I can say, is just spend it. If you're going on vacations, cancel the vacations, dude. Vacations will always be there. I don't care what you spent. If you have an aging parent who's not doing well, you have to cancel that shit. Because I'll tell you, when my mom was in the hospital, I visited just about every day. And I say just about because there were some times that somebody, a friend or a family member, wanted to go see, and it was weird rules. It was right after COVID. But one of the nurses who I knew in my town, I saw her quite a bit, and shopping in some of the local stores and stuff. But she said to me, "You're the only one that comes every day. These other folks, they may see somebody once a week, maybe twice a week if they're lucky. How? Why? I mean, they helped raise you as a child if they have children. Don't know really their whole backstory, but there's got to be somebody there that they helped out somewhere along the line. Niece, nephew, brother, sister, something, right? And you guys can't go more than once a week to see them in a hospital. It's crazy. Crazy. So if you have aging parents that aren't the healthiest right now, spend whatever you can do. Spend whatever time you can with them. Because once they're gone, you ain't got that time anymore. It's done. And, I didn't spend all that much time with my dad only because, my mom wouldn't let me know how bad it really was. I'd go down and see him, but I don't think either of them really wanted to worry me. And when it got to the point, it was, my mom was like, "Hey, look, I think this is it." Like, so I was able to spend some more time with him, but didn't really get to spend a whole lot of time when he really got bad. So I made it up with my mom. But I mean, it's the holiday time, and I think their feelings too, right? If they're really sick, they really need the support. They really need to know that somebody's there in their corner and cares about them. That's when you need to be there, right? I think kids and when I say kids, I'm talking 40, 50-year-olds with senior families that are probably in their 70s or 80s. I don't think we think about their feelings much. And it's not to slander or be negative about it, right? We all have our jobs, we have our own kids, right? We have our own businesses, we have everything going on, and that we're trying to control and worry about. And I think their feelings kind of get lost in the mesh sometimes. And, and I'm not saying it's right, I'm not saying it's wrong, but I think we just get caught up in our own world sometimes and don't think about their feelings. Don't think about how sad they might be or, how scared they are. So, take the time, have a conversation with them, discuss the future with them. What's their thoughts? What's their worries, right? What do they want in the future, right? Are they prepared? Are we prepared, right? And then just stick by them, you don't have to spend every minute with them, but you should make the effort to try to be around them as much as you can, because when it's over, it's over. When something happens, it happens, and there's no taking it back, right? I've heard it time and time again. Time is the only thing we never get back, right? Time is the only thing we can never do over. You hear it all the time in my, real estate classes, on, and Facebook proverbs and, Instagram things. And time is the only thing you don't get back. Like, you can't turn it back. You can't say, "Oh, screwed up. Let's try it again." Nope, don't work that way. So as a 50-year-old talking to other 50 or 60 or even 40-year-olds, right? If you have the time, spend the time. Now, I know people, they talk every day to their parents. They see them every day. That's great. Keep doing it. But there are people who are very busy. They're building businesses, they're building families, they're, you know, trying to build legacies. And that's great. Wonderful. Good for you. But you have to take a step back and think about what you're leaving or missing. And leaving or missing, you know, is your parents or your grandparents. Maybe it's a brother or a sister, right? So just come up for air. Once in a while, surface, look around, come up for air, and see who needs the help and give it to them. Because it will be so much better for everybody when that happens. There won't be any regret, right? There won't be any. What's the word I'm looking for? Really, regret on your side, but I guess aggravation from them that nobody helped, nobody cared, right? You don't want them feeling like that. You want them to know that somebody was there, they cared. That's why I spent 87 something days in a hospital room, because didn't want them to think that they were doing this alone, because they weren't. She wasn't. There every day, 87 something days, 2.5, 3 months. And I put some of my life on hold. Still went to work, but didn't do the real estate that much. Didn't do so many other things that much. And yeah. And if you have some really good friends, they'll be there beside you so you can be beside them. If they're not beside you so you can be besides them, time to find some other friends. All right. If they don't care about you enough to care about whoever you need to care about, time to move on. Time to find a different network. Tighten up that circle. All right. So I hope you all had a really great Thanksgiving. Hope you were able to spend it with those that deserved it, that care about you, that you care about. And next week we will get back on topic with some table talk issues and relevant topics. But I just wanted to jump on and just, let you know that if you are struggling with the holidays right now, you're not alone. There's hundreds and thousands of people that are struggling with the holidays because of who they recently lost or something that recently happened. And you guys can comment on it. If you're watching this live or watching a replay, comment on it. Get it out of your system. Make yourself feel better. Talking about it, typing it out, relieve that pressure. It'll help. So just remember, weekly videos on Fridays, unless something hits, needs a couple more videos, and then I'll put 2 or 3 out. Lives are usually on Thursdays at 6, but I finally didn't get everybody out until about 7:30, 8 o'clock tonight. So, but yeah, it'll be all right.